From 32 to 30, we continue the Concacaf World Cup qualifiers here as we make our way towards 2026. And good evening to all, wherever you may be. We're live from National Stadium in San Jose, Costa Rica. St. Kitts and Nevis comes to town to do battle with Costa Rica in Group B competition tonight. You see the temperatures right now at 69 degrees. Not a whole lot of wind that's going on, but the humidity at 94%. It is damp. It is wet in certain parts of the stadium here this evening. They do look like puddles, so the field conditions right now look pretty moist. Obviously, they have been for quite a while. The fans and attendants here tonight in National Stadium have packed in quite a bit, but they have a little bit of shade, some covering, and they're all smiles right now for the time being. They're expecting their home team in Costa Rica to get the job done here tonight. We mentioned 32 teams. It's now dwindled down to 30. As you see Group B right now, Trinidad and Tobago played earlier with a scoreless draw, got 1 point each, but you have St. Kitts and Nevis and Costa Rica getting off the deck here tonight. So everything that will be unfolding from here on out. The tournament, how it is unfolding too, each of these teams will be playing a round robin single elimination. So when we look at it, how it's broken down to home matches, to away matches, group winners, and also the runners-up will qualify for the third round. A couple of the teams did advance after the first round, and obviously you have a host of teams that will be advancing with their automatic qualifiers. That includes the United States and also Mexico. So both these teams excited to get this thing underway. A little bit of background when you talk about Costa Rica and St. Kitts and Nevis. They're going to be meeting for the first time ever in the Concacaf World Cup qualifiers in all their history. So it is obviously something to be said for both these teams trying to get something done here tonight. Nevis, who announced his retirement from the national team, one of the key cogs with Costa Rica, will be watching in, but obviously his native country will have different keepers and different players trying to take the helm and make some noise into the World Cup as we near our way towards all of that. Expectations for both these teams, especially for Costa Rica, to do some damage in the Concacaf World Cup qualifiers. For St. Kitts and Nevis, they've reached a streak now of 3 matches without winning or scoring goals. So when you look at these two teams and how they're expected to fare tonight, Costa Rica coming in as a sizable favorite. Meanwhile, on the other side of things for St. Kitts and Nevis, they are a considerable underdog. Their last 3 matches, they've been outscored by a wide margin of 8-0. That includes blowout losses to Trinidad and Tobago and El Salvador, losing those 2 matches by a combined score of 6-0. So you look at the history where these two teams, obviously completely different directions and where they have gone and where they want to go. Mention how these teams are drawn up in the Group B qualifiers and how things will shake out over the next couple weeks. You'll have matches here tonight. You'll have some in about 48 hours from now. So of course it's always important to get some kind of points, but a win puts you in the driver's seat as opposed to a loss, and then all of a sudden you're on the backside looking up. So Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada had already played. They played into a draw, each team getting 1 point apiece. The Bahamas yet to play a match. There's 5 teams in this Group B: Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Bahamas, and obviously here tonight St. Kitts and Nevis and Costa Rica. Both these teams taking the pitch as we speak. Let's see the fans here, all smiles. Fans have been packed inside National Stadium for quite a while. It's been raining for the better part of the day, but when they came in, it was about 90 minutes ago, and the rain continued to pour here into the good night. And temperatures just a little bit below 70 degrees. But again, the humidity, a major factor, and then of course the wet surface. How will that play into this contest? Because obviously the pitch conditions in certain spots will almost look like a puddle. Other areas will look like a hot track, so the ball and how it will travel on passes and especially on shots will be a thing that we will have to look at for both keepers here tonight. How will they manage the turf conditions? Can they come up with some timely stops? And can they avoid the major miscues that can really paralyze a team, especially when you get into these Concacaf World Cup qualifiers? Both these teams with positions and where they're at right now in the World Cup qualifiers. A little bit different of a setting because when we broke it down, once this thing got underway, the first round had 4 CONCACAF teams. They were ranked 29 through 32 based on the FIFA rankings all the way back in December of last year, and they were divided into a couple mismatches. And when you looked at the couple matchups, two teams had 2 legs, home and away basis, and those winners were able to advance to the second round. Obviously, the dynamics here are just a little bit different when you break things down, with the host nations getting the automatic as we advance into the World Cup. We'll keep you abreast of all the officials in the middle. We'll have the national anthems, and then we'll get this thing underway with our starting lineups. And first touch, St. Kitts and Nevis and Costa Rica, they're coming up next.
Señoras y señores, a continuación escucharemos el himno nacional de Costa Rica.
national anthems have been played. Both these teams greeting each other along with the lead officials tonight, so ready to get this thing underway. 32 teams into the qualifiers. 3 have qualified already because of automatic bids: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. As we take a look at the starters on one side of the pitch, first off for Costa Rica. Tequera in between the sticks here tonight. The 25-year-old has a little bit of experience, but not a whole lot, representing Costa Rica. He was part of the 2021 Concacaf Gold Cup squad. Didn't see any action during that time, though, but did make his debut in group stage competition against Jamaica. Had a bad injury in that one, an ankle injury that had him being removed. Also played in a friendly against South Korea in November of 2022. Coming in as a substitute, but not a whole lot of action for Costa Rica. Julio Luna, the lead official tonight. Jorge Ordonez, Christian Alvarado, Christopher Corrado. Our first, second assistant referees, and also our fourth official walking the sidelines. And so for Costa Rica, they want to pounce on the opposition as quickly as humanly possible. On the opposing side for St. Kitts and Nevis, this is how they're deploying here tonight, a 4-4-2 formation. Archibald in between the pipes, the 33-year-old, I got to imagine we'll see a great deal of traffic here tonight. Has had some history with St. Kitts and Nevis. Professional career started back in 2015, but the 33-year-old will be under some kind of siege here tonight. Did play as a goalkeeper for the Honduran club as well. The St. Kitts and Nevis national team being a part of since 2011. And as part of St. Kitts and Nevis's 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifier in the group stages, playing against Turks and Caicos. Also appeared in a couple of friendlies as well, but it's a different kind of animal. All in all, when you look at his body of work with St. Kitts and Nevis, it began in 2008. 69 career caps. See St. Kitts and Nevis right now trying to get this thing off on the right foot. As we get the toggling of cameras tonight, you'll enjoy certain scenes where you feel like there won't be any kind of rain, and others, well, obviously the HD giving you a prime focus, and you'll see the rain coming down. We will continue to watch until the good night. You see the track below us getting smothered with rains. This Concacaf World Cup qualifying Group B match is officially underway. Costa Rica moving from right to left on your screen. St. Kitts and Nevis will be traveling from left to right. Certainly is a wonderful spectacle. The lead up, the build up to the World Cup. But it's all a matter of getting there first and then seeing how things shake out. So with the 3 nations qualifying automatically, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, as they are co-hosts, 32 additional teams remaining in the balance. And that includes, obviously, these 2 nations tonight. Things were drummed up based on FIFA rankings last year. The top 28 teams receiving a first round bye, traveling quickly into the second round, and then the lowest 4 teams had to play in the opening sequence. Of course, in this kind of group play, it's not a matter of playing your best ball all year round. It's just a matter of getting hot at the right time, which is now. Maynard peels it back, and he has it. Curious to see what St. Kitts and Nevis can execute in terms of the transition game, and not worry about being smothered all evening long. Common foul here. Bring this taken down. great deal of experience across the board for Costa Rica. St. Kitts and Nevis the same. See Archibald directing some traffic, trying to set up his wall, make sure the proper markings. You look at these moments in time, especially early on in a match, St. Kitts and Nevis trying to avoid a shell-shocking moment at the hands of Costa Rica. Burness, the insert, momentarily managed, and that ball will be traveling out of bounds. It looked like for a brief moment Ugalde was going to play that one and felt like it was going to be earned as a corner kick. Not the case, and a heads-up play by St. Kitts and Nevis. Juliani Archibald. Head coaches on both sides, Gustavo Alfaro and Francisco Molina for St. Kitts and Nevis and Costa Rica, respectively. The engagement loud and proud here from National Stadium in San Jose, Costa Rica. First round began in March. A couple different legs. And now here in the second round, action began just yesterday. It'll be for the better portion of a week. Wrapping up in the second leg next year in the middle of June. And then we turn the calendar to 2025. No rush on that, of course. In the third round, a lot more of a blistering pace as that feed for Lassiter a little bit too long for him, and it travels right back to St. Kitts and Nevis. Lassiter a good mile offside. But again, you put an emphasis on the officials here tonight. Anything can go wrong, it will, especially in conditions like this. So it's important for the aggressor to take every advantage they can. That includes maybe an extra foot or two against the opposing team's back line. And you never know. We've seen officials slip and fall in these kind of conditions. Romain Sawyers talking to his teammates, vocalizing Archibald. Brenes laid off of it, got it back though. Quiros. Cascante. Francisco Calvo, the captain here tonight. Zamora into the attacking third on a quick run as Quiros, but that ball ran a little bit too long. Well, the field conditions being rather damp. I say that loosely because it's been pouring all night long. Imagine the ball will be running about as fast as it possibly can, as long as the grass doesn't sustain any considerable divots. And if it does, watch out. Then you'll look at passes and potentially even some shots that'll be stuck in the ground. These things can be dicey, but the conditions tonight look spectacular here at National Stadium. So both teams, despite the fact that they have quite a bit of rain, probably should feel overall comfortable in this setting. And of course, a little bit different of an environment when you have fans like this in attendance tonight as opposed to playing in an empty park. Sterling James back. Archibald trying to switch the pitch. But that didn't work to his satisfaction. He gets it right back. A couple of the teams that did advance in the opening round, British Virgin Islands, Anguilla, taking care of business. Antigua and Barbuda and Bermuda. Clubs that are able to advance. No real flow to this contest yet. Burley. Thrusted forward into the attacking third, but no possession or control from Rogers. Did go off of Calvo. An immediate throw in there by Sterling James. Again, the problem with St. Kitts and Nevis is the inability to score, let alone to register any points. Winless in their last 3, shutout in all 3 contests. To date back quite a while to see any kind of positive results when you're looking at a historic fashion from them. Archibald again. Despite the fact he hasn't faced any shots just yet, he's had a great deal of action early on. Let's see if this is an early booking. Lewis looking on. Not a severe tongue lashing from Julio Luna. Take a peek at this again. And no major intent there. Lewis on a 50-50 ball with Gallo. Orlando got the bad end of it. See how this free kick is placed into the box. Archibald comes out quickly, 2 hands to punch it out. He was decisive and had to be. Lassiter was taken out there by Bristow. St. Kitts and Nevis playing a couple friendlies so far in 2024. Prior to that, not fared well. Last time they registered a victor was back in October of 2023. Prior to that, though, a lot of zeros, not a whole lot to brag about. They have all of 1 win dating back to 2023. In fact, over the last calendar year, they've registered all of 2 wins. Concacaf Nations League action. One against Aruba and one against St. Martin. This one back in our first touch tonight. Sequeira. 11th minute. St. Kitts and Nevis tonight against Costa Rica. They'll get the Bahamas on tap. Bahamas waiting in the wing. They will play 5 days from now, depending on where you're at in the world, on June the 11th. And that's it. See the next competition against Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada in 2025. So part of the emotion, part of the excitement of these qualifiers is not only that you get to see these nations compete here tonight, but it's also the withdrawal. Play a couple matches, and all of a sudden, this shot, a dangerous moment, the first one of the night for St. Kitts and Nevis, simply just airmailed there from Rogers. Simple giveaway, and for Rogers, he just had to quickly turn and fire on that pivot to no avail, though. Escante with a misjudgment. Near handball from Gallo there. Pace has been slow. Not nearly enough action just yet. But imagine as the night continues on, St. Kitts and Nevis comfortable in this position, but they do fall behind. The expectation is they will open things up, at least in terms of being more aggressive, taking some chances. Speaking of chances, discombobulation here. Gallo just simply flung that thing forward. And here is Costa Rica. Lassiter tries to get it back. He can't. Zamora, though, off a defender as it goes right back to Costa Rica. Sterling James fortunate to get in front of that pass. Quite a bit about St. Kitts and Nevis, but for Costa Rica, trying to inflict some major damage here in these qualifiers. Ball given away here to the dissatisfaction of many in attendance. Shade. As soon as I say that, St. Kitts and Nevis can't do much with possession. Pushed over on the right-hand side, cleared away at the very last moment. Menard. Ethan Bristow there. Costa Rica here in 2024. They've seen some action with some positive results, beating El Salvador in a friendly and Honduras in the 2024 Copa America qualifying playoffs, 3-1. Did fall to Argentina a couple weeks ago, back in Los Angeles. Goes into Argentina 3-1. But after tonight, we'll get a rest for all of about 72 hours. And they'll get Grenada. We'll go back to work in the Copa America Group D lineup against Brazil and Colombia. So that is what's on tap for them. Plenty of things, and obviously the excitement for Costa Rica is on tap. Gustavo Faro, the head coach. Played through on the right-hand side, chipped over Gallo, wide open net. Costa Rica can't scramble to find it. Well, Archibald was in a do-or-die moment. Fortunate was not bit on the aggression. Take a look at the sequence again, and everyone for St. Kitts and Nevis is thinking one thing and one thing only. Gallo was offside. But you see the far side official, no flag up. Puzzling as it was, I have to agree. But nevertheless, for St. Kitts and Nevis, because of the non-call, fortunate enough not to be down a goal. We play on. Gallo couldn't hold it. Tyree Shade into the box. A dummy through from Sawyers. Nobody there behind him. There was a little bit of anticipation. And in moments like that, it's about as close as St. Kitts and Nevis has been to a dangerous proposition. Archibald. Pressure being forced on by Costa Rica. And it's been building for quite a while. Felt like right around the 8th or 9th minute, Things started to pick up, at least for Costa Rica. Possession has been on their side. Passing's been decent, but nothing to show for it just yet. A whole lot of Archibald here. Burley, nice move. Andre trotting up, patiently awaiting for some reinforcements. Slow ball. Gallo almost got to that. 18th minute. We'll have stats, we'll have highlights. We'll take a peek around group competition here. See how other nations across the Concacaf World Cup qualifiers fared. All that at the end of 45. St. Kitts and Nevis trying to play direct. Gallo's taking a spill. This goes right back to St. Kitts and Nevis. See Gustavo Alfaro, the Argentine skipper. Started his managerial career back in the early 90s. 1992 to be exact. So he's been around the block. This cross, nobody around for the time being, settled down nicely by Sterling James. First dangerous moment, that cross nullified. Nice play by Sequeira. Alertly, good size from Patrick will allow him to do that. Good anticipation. He's 6'3" and about 175 pounds. Take a look at this sequence from Sterling James. Alertly, as a keeper coming off of your line, there's no angle to score on that. So clearly anticipation from the keeper is Sterling James trying to throw that ball near the 6 on a cross, but denied. Just could not flag it down. Gallo will work quickly on the throw-in, though. And there with a nice disruption of that. And now for Costa Rica, they'll try to recycle through. 20th minute. Shots on target just yet. That could change in a moment. And the regal from outside. That one blocked on the way through. Lassiter weaving his way. See if he gets it back. Zamora out wide. Kitts and Nevis doing a fine job here. Calvo, the sneaky shot. Archibald was anticipating just a little bit of a cross. Fortunate enough for him, he held his ground. And he'll casually lay on this. The only thing he's missing now is a blanket or two and killing the lights. I want to call it a night to the dissatisfaction of many here at National Stadium. Never a bad moment as Calvo put that ball on target. Stranger things have happened, of course. Sterling James, the cross on the far side. This is going to result in a corner kick, though. Gallo's with a poor play, though. And now a collection of defenders working back for Costa Rica. St. Kitts and Nevis here on a set piece. This corner. First one of the night, Shade will take it. St. Kitts and Nevis with 4 inside the 18. Trying to protect it against any kind of counter. Shade gets it back. He's got real estate. A wind up and shoot. That ball just goes short side and misses by a couple of feet. Sequeira had a beat on it, though. He's not going to let that shot beat him. No lift from Shane. We look back. That did go off the heel of a defender from Costa Rica. Shane again inside. Nice play in the transition. Lassiter gets it back, gives it away, and now ping-ponged around. 23rd minute. Saw for a moment Gustavo Alfaro continuing to coach. Doesn't have a great deal of experience with Costa Rica just yet. In fact, only in his second year working as we speak. 7th match, competitive action. That was an ambitious attempt, nullified at the last moment by Maynard. A little bit of creativity here from Costa Rica working out wide as we look back at the sequence. Lassiter bearing down and Madrigal on the weak side. Lassiter here. Completely different approach from Costa Rica on this corner. The header, oh, just misses off the mark. Cabo would love to have it back. He's screaming to the heavens, asking for a mulligan. A lot more traffic in front of Archibald. Francisco, good power on this. You see it go right off the crossbar. Great anticipation, great delivery, accuracy, just a hair off the mark. First major threat, and it goes to Costa Rica. The home nation tonight trying to draw first blood. 25th minute. Humidity at kickoff was right around 96%. It's dropped down a little bit to 92, but all in all, an interesting night of ball. This could result in a yellow card, and it should be the case. Zamora got held up, and for a good reason. He had a step on Sterling James. That's her first booking of the night in the 26th minute. Well, Amari's going to do a little bit of chirping towards Julio Luna, but he has no leg to stand on. No pun intended either, as Zamora was taken out. Do give credit to Sterling James for stopping that transition. He doesn't make contact with Zamora there, though. Costa Rica goes on the attack with numbers. So for Sterling James, working on a booking, his first of the night. First for St. Kitts and Nevis. And a sign of caution for him. Last delicate spot for Archibald between the sticks. See when this delivery comes, back post, nobody home. Cascante. Good hustle. Trying to elude Burley, but Burley holding his ground. That's fine defense too by Andre. You don't give up an inch, you don't get beat. Reading the hips all the way, not the eyes of the offense. That's a positive result. Juan Terrell and Giovanni Archibald here. Guess you can call him the statesman. Just had a birthday, in fact, turned 33 on May the 18th. Push forward, Archibald comes out, didn't make any kinds of contact, and that shot by Gallo looked like he hit a teammate. Ugalde into the box, Gallo could not receive it, volleyed around, and for a moment, Burley gets it out of harm's way. Scary moment for St. Kitts and Nevis, but they survive another flurry. Well, the ambition clearly there for Costa Rica. They're wasting no time and trying to put everyone for St. Kitts and Nevis on edge. A little bit too unselfish, though. Zamora should have held on to that. Unfortunate for him, ball was given away. Burness from well outside. That thing never had a chance. Time and place for everything. That ball did not have enough run on it for Burness in Costa Rica. Archibald reading that all the way. Entirely sure why a shot would come from outside like that. Archibald was well between the sticks. Bit of a ride. Cascante got stuck up in the air. Not a low bridging moment, but as you see, Cascante went for a ride against Sawyers, and Romain looking on, saying what gives. One anticipating for the ball to come down, the other with a bad elevation. Francisco Molina looking on. Comfortable right now. Match is scoreless. Into the 30th minute. Really haven't had major mundane moments. Did have a brief stoppage early on, and just because of the field conditions with the weather, the rain that is, ball needed to be rescrubbed, or at least reworked. Maynard, back post, converging with a couple players from St. Kitts and Nevis, barreling down on him. One of them was Burley. Able to save. To the credit of both keepers tonight, they have been more aggressive than passive, which has paid off large dividends. It's a great shot from our crew field level. You're getting the sights and certainly the sounds here tonight. Lassiter on the cross, nobody around that back post, cleared away by Briste. But this will be a corner kick for Costa Rica, and they'll continue to push in the 31st minute. Haven't had changes yet from either side. Jalen Mitchell haven't called his number yet tonight. And that kind of an evening so far for Costa Rica. Ariel Lassiter on service. Yeah, hook on that ball. You can see the spin off his left foot. Won't redo it. But possession kept by Costa Rica. Curacao and Haiti have won their first match in the second round. Strike from Ugalde nullified, headed around. Gallo. St. Kitts and Nevis at least not being cheated on the defense. Packing everything near the 18 in the rush. Lassiter couldn't win that race. St. Kitts and Nevis trying to switch the pitch. Guatemala and Jamaica picking up points. But tonight showcasing Group B. 5 nations a part of it. The festivities here, Archibald coming out. Maybe some miscommunication between Archibald and Maynard. Maynard fortunate enough to win that possession, but kept by Costa Rica. On the approach, just outside, Ugalde, and that drive by Gallo, stuck again. Well, they continue to push, don't they? Feels like just a matter of time. Gallo here. On 14 crime as Terrell was tangled up. Not to his satisfaction as we go back to St. Kitts and Nevis now with possession. Threatening moments so far from St. Kitts and Nevis, but outside of that, nothing to brag about from their side of the ledger. The big question mark as this night goes along, can St. Kitts and Nevis, 1, hold on, 2, can they inflict any kind of damage on the opposition this evening? Burness peels this back. Sterling James with the booking in the 26th minute. Madrigal crossed up and buried. Wasn't as painful as he led on, but nevertheless we look back. Warren's okay though. And Mario Rogers looking on. Costa Rica's had a handful of these free kicks. We're about 35, 40 yards out. And the in-betweeners on this kind of action don't have a clear path towards target. You have to be creative with it. See if it pays off. Lassiter, left foot, quickly denied by Bristow. But another corner kick regardless.
Nothing past you on your toes. No, no. Mary,
Burness, that thing airmailed. I'd say it's a souvenir, but there's nobody around right now. And that ball being stuck probably in a small pond on that running track. Gustavo Alfaro not pleased with that effort. Curious to see what kind of added time we have at the end of this first half. Pace has been solid, built up in a couple of spicy moments. Top of the box, played away though, kept for the moment. Rogers, and before Sawyer's attack, near side official indicating offside. Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada playing to a 2-2 draw. And you do see the offside. Seventh minute. Archibald Quiros at the top of the screen has been active on that right wing. Excellent. Trying to create. Just not a whole lot served up for him yet. Gallo hit the crossbar for Costa Rica. St. Kitts and Nevis yet to flirt with anything yet on the offensive side. Gallo. Calvo here. Lassiter has the step. See if he can get it back. He can't. It's fine defending by St. Kitts and Nevis. Being draped, plenty of contact. Gallo on the left side. The officials let him play on. Luna pretty liberal with this. Watch out. Quiros on a dead run. He kept it in for the time being, but to no avail. Shows you the kind of explosion he has on that right-hand side. If he does get a ball in a clear lane towards target. The shot on goal. Archibald with a fine stop against Ugalde. Quiros let that thing roll away and into another rather filled puddle. Appropriation, that shot, and they score off the header. Gallo on the board, and Costa Rica with first blood in the 40th minute, 1-0. Well, they've been the better team. They have been the aggressors. And it wasn't a matter of if, but a matter of when. And Gallo, who hit the crossbar earlier in this contest, the appropriate recipient here. They work quickly off this throw-in, and Gallo on the weak side being the entire back line for St. Kitts and Nevis. Sterling James looking on, and Archibald had no chance. Gallo on the board, 1-0 Costa Rica. Ball perfectly placed. Brenes with the assist. But the delivery of this ball whipped in perfectly. And Archibald, probably the first time that we've seen it in this opening half, not as aggressive attacking the ball. And for Gallo, making up for a couple of moments early in this contest where he felt like maybe he shouldn't have had one, but maybe potentially two other goals. Well, he does now, 1-0. Well, it's all about the rewards and the bravery, and for Gallo, he's deserved it. The 23-year-old delivering. He's got decent amount of experience in international play now. Shade with a decent move, trying to elude one defender. Can't hold on to it. Gallo, his first tonight, as we look back at Shade. Trying to undress and unwind Mitchell. Mitchell did a good job of recovering on that. For Gallo scoring tonight, it's his second international goal. Oddly enough, both of them have been recorded this year. He hasn't played in a lot of international matches. Tonight's his 14th cap. Made his debut for Costa Rica back in 2021 in a World Cup qualifier against Honduras, but he's only 23 again, so future bright for him. And if you continue to have those kind of results, he'll stick around for quite a while. Zamora was the intended recipient. We'll check the fourth official in just a moment to see what kind of added time we are afforded. St. Kitts and Nevis, they need some spirit. The defense has been okay. They have been bent a couple times, and Gallo eventually broke him, and now Archibald is on his backside. Cramp. Fans aren't buying it. He just went down. Looks like it's going to be the hamstring. Francisco Molina has plenty of questions, and now it's a matter of his starting 11 have any answers. Go back to the Gallo goal. The setup was exquisite. Rennes putting that ball where only his guy can get to it. And Gallo made no mistake this time. Previous free kick that was delivered in the box, Gallo drove it on a target, and the header went off the crossbar, hit it flush. That time, no bar, straight twine. Lofted up in the air. Archibald quickly coming out. He's receiving a little bit of treatment here from the hometown faithful. Well, if there's any kind of thought process surrounding St. Kitts and Nevis throttling things down, it's quickly been dispatched. Down 1-0 as we have 4 minutes of added time being delivered. For St. Kitts and Nevis, can't afford to give up another goal. They go down 2-0. You can call it a night. Not high on the FIFA rankings, and for good reason. They've been blanked in their last 3. Try and do something tactically. Sawyers softly on that ball, give it away. Takedown here, and Zamora losing some pain. See if it means anything. Close to a Charlie horse there. Yeah, sticking at your knee like that. And we'll do that. St. Kitts and Nevis got beat up last year by St. Lucia. Quiros. Cross into the box, backside, all the intention there. Madrigal couldn't find the proper footing. Warren was waiting. Delivery, not yet. Possession, a whole different category that one might look at tonight and think St. Kitts and Nevis is doing okay. But the tactical advantage has been clearly towards Costa Rica. They've been the better team. And they have been rewarded with chance after chance. See Quiros there. Zamora on the touch, and Madrigal was just inches away from bearing St. Kitts and Nevis. If it wasn't for Andre Burley, it would have been 2-0. Pushed over, Galde. Quiros, nice move. Quiros surveying all the land. Brenes, Quiros, a little ginger on that pass. That could result in another yellow card. Well, it was another yellow card, but it's not going to who we thought for Costa Rica. Eibel there with the booking. Probably asking the lead official, Julio Luna, why it was not a yellow for Quiros. It's been anything but exciting for St. Kitts and Nevis, but for Costa Rica and their fans tonight, they have sort of weathered the storm, if you will. It's been raining throughout the evening. Wet, damp, flushed with water, but all in all, their team is on the front foot. And Julio Luna indicates to the gentleman that'll be it for the opening 45 minutes of action. Orlando Gallo scoring in the 39th minute. There's the man of the hour right now. Off the header, had numerous chances towards target, and not a whole lot of action defensively for Costa Rica to worry about. 45 minutes in the books here from San Jose, Costa Rica. Costa Rica with the advantage over St. Kitts and Nevis, 1-0. Nevis in their green kits, Costa Rica in their dark, moving from left to right. St. Kitts and Nevis from right to left. 1-0 Costa Rica, scoring the only marker in the 39th minute, Orlando Gallo. Second international goal. This one played through. Sequeira elevating for it. He's been quiet tonight. Had a couple touches, but young man making that look easy on the touch. For St. Kitts and Nevis, what can they do here in the second half? Well, for one thing, play with more possession. Possession in the opening half, 69% to 31 in favor of Costa Rica. St. Kitts and Nevis clearly outclassed. Lassiter here, no numbers because they'll be coming right back. The anticipation for Costa Rica in the opening half was flawless. They were moving the ball from sideline to sideline all the way across the pitch. As you had a pretty decent sized look, that ball played a mile out of bounds. Costa Rica, what changes would they make? I don't think any. Rogers there in the tie-up, and Calvo, see him getting stomped on that left leg. Straight agony, but no real intent there from Rogers. It's the equivalent of getting on the track while the train is trying to run right by you. St. Kitts and Nevis will see if they can change their fate. Concacaf World Cup qualifiers have been anything but kind for St. Kitts and Nevis. Again, if you're just joining us, they have been blanked in their last 3 matches. Losers of all of them, being outscored by a wide margin in those losses, and simply put, they've been outclassed. For St. Kitts and Nevis, they'll have one more crack at it this year. The Concacaf World Cup qualifiers. So push our way to 2026, but St. Kitts and Nevis will have a date with Bahamas on June the 11th. Two-hand push there. Ugalde was going to receive that ball, but Brenes was taken out, voicing his displeasure towards Julio Luna, the lead official, who hasn't had a challenging night at the office, but he's been called upon several of occasions. Flush forward the left-hand side. Gallo thought about taking the shot. Costa Rica maintaining possession here. Lassiter. Calvo trying to switch sides. There he is. Ball goes right back to Archibald, and they'll clear it. They have flirted all night long. Top of the box. That shot. Gallo! He's got his brace! Onto the sweet foot of Orlando Gallo. And the 49th minute, the brace for Costa Rica, and they are all smiles. It's 2-0. Well, the ball could not have landed on a better place. Quiros trying to move around. Gallo at the top of the box. The touch passing here has been stellar. Ugalde put that ball right in the sweet spot, and Gallo with plenty of force. Archibald trying to extend from left to right, but look at where he's at. He's so deep in his net, no chance, not properly reading it all the way. And for Archibald, who was aggressive early on, I mean, he just appears to be flat-footed. And for some unknown reason there, not even on the balls of his feet. Gallo with the brace. He scored in the 39th. And potentially driving a stake through the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis tonight in the 49th. Costa Rica looking for a lot more here. Lassiter, the cross weak side for Giros. That ball never made its way through. So while competitive for the first 30, maybe 35 minutes, you can provide an argument until the goal was scored by Gallo. The wheels have fallen off for St. Kitts and Nevis here. They're in danger of being blanked for the 4th straight Concacaf World Cup qualifier. Not pulling any punches, but for St. Kitts and Nevis, the desire to make it competitive has not been found. Galde with an assist, looking for a goal, twisting and turning. The cross on the weak side, the header all goes on goal, but Archibald is there. Gallo put that ball in the only spot that Archibald could have stopped it. And jelly to a man, the header goes right back from where it came. Gallo did just that, but not enough zip on it. The creativity here from Galde, working hard. Gallo was wide open on the right-hand side, but that header, just again, not enough pace on it. Shade fighting off the shove, Bristow. We'll look back at the night and say Orlando Gallo was the hero, but he has put himself into some proper positions, but aided by his teammates, searching and looking for him. 3 international goals now, and to his credit, he's been stellar. Panayioto comes into the affair. Rogers being displaced. Take a look at the infraction from Galde. Given a stern rebuttal. Gross. Mervyn Lewis taken out. Been that kind of a night for St. Kitts and Nevis. They're just trying to get off the deck. They were outshot in the first half, 10-3. Possession, 69 to 31%. Stephen James softly played through. Lewis should have had a better idea of where he was going with that. Maybe a matter of a hope and a prayer. Not coming to fruition. No point but to look forward. St. Kitts and Nevis going to try to rebound against Bahamas here on June the 11th. On the other side of the ledger, Grenada and Costa Rica will get together on June the 9th. Will be in Grenada. Galde here. Pushing forward right down the middle of the pitch. Madrigal's out wide. Lassiter has it now. Lassiter against Maynard. Top of the box, spells trouble. Rennes, the chip, looks to be offside. Near side official's going to have the flag out. You had 3 players for Costa Rica that were about a mile offside. They were looking to feast. Madrigal here. Well, at least he was the one that was wrongly positioned. Fortune favors the bold, and for Costa Rica, they're just trying to get fat now. Feasting on an outclassed St. Kitts and Nevis squad. Curious to see what kind of rotational changes are made now with Costa Rica. It'll be an interesting moment because of where they can and what they could do. The 11-man unit tonight has played just about as good as one can be in these conditions. Haven't given St. Kitts and Nevis a whole lot to write home about. Gallo looked like he was stomped on. Hobbling around, 2 players down for Costa Rica. Hasn't been a chippy match by any stretch of the imagination. Costa Rica continuing to drive up the FIFA rankings. Those rankings delivered at the end of last year. Currently rated as high as 52. Qualified for the World Cup on 6 different occasions. The deepest run they've ever had in the quarterfinals. They've had some moments of brilliance when it comes to Concacaf action. Championship, Gold Cup, Nations League as well. Taken away nicely. Gallo, another spill on that weak side. Zamora got taken out. 2 players for Costa Rica are both down. Luna has been extremely soft down in the second half when it comes to anything. And now it looks like he's going to issue a yellow card. Came on the left-hand side, and I don't know if that was towards Brenes or what, but Costa Rica as a 11-man unit clearly voicing the displeasure right now to our lead official. I don't know if you have a whole lot there from Gallo. The booking. First yellow of the night for Costa Rica. I believe all is well and will continue to be well.
Señoras y señores, atención por favor, tarjeta amarilla en la selección nacional de Costa Rica para el número 13, Profesor Brenes, minuto 59.
Shade. Good head fake. Almost got himself into some hot water. This thing can go from bad to worse in a hurry for St. Kitts and Nevis. They have to be careful. Second half has been so much more choppier than the opening half. Terrell there. not necessarily a slew foot against Gallo, but drove knee in the back of knee. And of course you're going to drop like that. Not sure what the argument is from Durrell. Fans looking for more. Archibald with two hands hits that ball right back to where it came. Kids and Nevis trying to counter. They have no numbers though. Great transition here from Costa Rica. Shade. Tyrese trying to do it himself to no avail. Fair play. Just not being creative enough with your teammates. But for Shade, didn't really have a lot of reinforcements. Giros. We'll have full-time highlights and stats once we put a bow on this thing from San Jose, Costa Rica. On the reproach here, and that'll also be offside. Shot won't count from Madrigal, but never a bad moment to see it hit the back of the net. There have been instances where officials will pull out a yellow card for delay a game. Stopping the flow of action, not the case here. Shade gave it up. Terrell. It's not enough in the attacking third from St. Kitts and Nevis yet. Let me open it up. Terrell. Spillage, a counter from Costa Rica. Well, Madrigal got taken out, wiped out by Maynard. See if that's going to result in a yellow card. That's exactly the case. Julio Luna took his sweet time delivering that here in the 63rd minute. Maynard, the Bronx cheer. Unofficially, it's about the third time in the second half we've seen knee-to-knee contact. It's the back of the knee. Players like that taking exception. And if you are the lead official, Julio Luna, you have to be careful and police the second half accordingly. Can't allow it to get out of hand either. It's the worst part. The score says 2-0, but I promise you it could be a whole lot worse than this if you've just joined us tonight. It's 2-0 now. Could easily be 4-0. Shade on the intercept. Forward and then recycle back. Unforced turnover there. And for Sawyer's, plenty of body language. Let's tell the tale of the tape. Aguilera will come in. A couple changes. Rennes, an assist here tonight. Come off the pitch. Aguilera inserts his name into the contest. 10 in, 13 out. Madrigal's 9 is over with as well. He fared well. Closer. Stop and go. Giros, who gave it up, wanted to get it back. Gallo here. And the one difference between St. Kitts and Nevis and Costa Rica tonight, besides the scoreboard, has been the spacing. There's been a ton of ground that's been covered by Costa Rica, but they've had players intertwined throughout. St. Kitts and Nevis, they played more direct, but it hasn't paid off. Too many players going one-on-one. Wide. Zamora, top of the box, the shot, no. Oh, the punt, the delivery goes well over the net. Coming into the action, Aguilera just saw a couple of minutes worth of activity, and his first drive goes sailing over by a good 10 feet. And of course, just a bit outside. Had a handful of stoppages here now in the second half. Compared to the first, it's a lot more stop and go. Fernando Gallo in the 39th minute. First goal of the affair. Grabbed a brace in the 49th. It's been his show, but he hasn't done it alone. James had decent activity during the first 45 minutes of this match. The chip trying to work his way back. This will be a corner kick for St. Kitts and Nevis. Panayoto, the one that came in the second half for St. Kitts and Nevis, is out wide on the right-hand side. Taylor receiving some instruction from his head coach, Gustavo Alfaro. Diego Edwards looks like he'll come in. Next stoppage. That header caroming around. Sawyers, who has it now, remain here. Sawyers trying to elude. Plenty of contact here. I don't know, it looked like a situation where at least Sawyers is trying to move forward, but you have to be in agreement here with Sawyers. I mean, you can't be bear hugged. Jalen Mitchell doing just that. I don't know what else Sawyers could have done. Good elevation, Zamora. Got the pitch. Galde Zamora hits his own teammate. Jumping up. Aguilera couldn't control it and called for the foul after the fact. 71st minute. Aguilera trying to restart the offense. Ugalde pushes forward. Coasters on the right-hand side, a lazy pass. Maynard was working on a yellow, picked it off. Lassiter, for the most part, has been sound for Costa Rica, but that entry near the 18 just not in a good spot. Quick touch passing. Zamora here. The drive from outside Archibald. 2 hands on it to keep this game somewhat afloat. Good action from that ball that Zamora delivered towards target. Hit that thing flush. See the tailing action, slicing to the right. Love to have had a lot more. But it was in line with Archibald, and Zamora love another crack at it. But those shooting lanes have been open for Costa Rica for the better part of this half. On the cross, the header. Not hit directly on target. Now St. Kitts and Nevis trying desperately to counter. Shade here. Lewis. Sawyers. Romain surveying the land. See if Romain could get it back. He wanted to, but that pass just never came back to him. And the connectivity issues tonight for St. Kitts and Nevis been apparent throughout. Every time they try to make something develop, Sawyer is here, not a lot of juice. That's routine. Sequeira having a laugh at the displeasure of Sawyers. Yeah, it was on target, but I don't think you're beating the keeper from outside like that. '73rd minute. Costa Rica wins tonight, which we expect will happen. They'll be the lone team in Group B to pick up points via the win category. Left-hand side, Ugalde trying to put himself into the scoring column, cannot just yet. The cross, top of the box, off the crossbar. Ugalde, the iron unkind. Well, they've done just about everything right tonight, including finish. Plenty of action for Costa Rica and their fans. We give a great deal of credit to the fans here in San Jose. They stuck with their team, and their activity tonight has been thoroughly entertaining, despite the fact that the weather conditions were rather poor. Lots of rain, high humidity. Gallo looking for a hat trick. Scored his 2 goals in the 39th and 49th minute. See if he can cap off the night with a 3rd. Be a banner night for him. Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada playing to a 2-2 draw. Each have a point. Speaking of points, that one just misses the mark. Zamora, who had a step on the back line, could not corkscrew that ball any more wider than that right bar. Right idea. But I think in that instance for Zamora, just needs to put some lift on it. Zamora's played well tonight. Edwards coming into the affair. Diego's seeing some minutes now here in the 76th, making the 77th minute. More changes for Francisco Molina. Terrell's night's over with. Johannes Mitchum coming in. Just not enough from St. Kitts and Nevis tonight, so we'll see if any of the reserves will make an instant impact. A couple of moments in this match would have delivered a third and fourth goal. Valde there. The drive about as well as he could have placed it, right? Sure, he could have picked a corner, but Archibald was clearly beat. As you know, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. But fortunate for Costa Rica, they have enough on the ledger scoring-wise. Andy Rojas making an appearance. See the changes. Taylor also comes in. So 19-2 both in for Gustavo Alfaro. Costa Rica well on their way. Representing here tonight. I think the most important element when you come into a contest like this for Costa Rica is you can't overlook your opponent, and they have not. Costa Rica was a sizable favorite here tonight. In fact, many outlets, they were favored to win this match by 3 goals. Well, they've hit 2 crossbars. Scored twice. There's yet to be a moment of brilliance yet for St. Kitts and Nevis. They try, and try as they may, fail as they continue to do. Concacaf World Cup qualifiers, they'll press on. It's for 1 full week, or a little bit less than a week. It began yesterday. It'll go until next week. This is the 2nd round. Look, a great shot as Burley got taken out from the backside. Ugalde getting a celebration from the hometown faithful here. He was brilliant tonight. Strong on the ball, delivered when he needed to, and Joel Campbell will insert himself into this contest. 81st minute. Second round will conclude next year in the middle portion of June. The matches began June 5th. They'll conclude June 11th of this year, and then they'll reignite on the 4th of June in 2025. Nations have already qualified, as we mentioned at the top of the show. United States, Canada, and Mexico. Automatic qualifiers. Oddly enough for Canada too, needed all the help they can get. They've only qualified for the World Cup twice. Most recent was 2022, but prior to that was 1986. Archibald had it quickly come out, vacated net. It's 3-0 Costa Rica. This thing is turned into a laugher. Archibald has been beat by pure class tonight, and this time a self-inflicted wound. For St. Kitts and Nevis, they have been beaten and battered pillar to post, but the play back to Archibald is way too lazy. You can't make that play from 30 yards out to your keeper and expect something to go right. It's just bad ball. Inexcusable. And goes there with an easy tap in. And for Archibald, of course, you're going to blame the keeper in that situation, but ball being played back to him like that, I get it. Go sideline to sideline if you need to. Talk about putting your keeper on an island by himself. That's exactly what you got there. Tough play. 3-0. So what many felt would be a one-sided tilt has turned into just that. And for St. Kitts and Nevis, trouble continues. It's 4-0. Gallo with the hat trick. Or I beg your pardon, Andy Rojas. Archibald looking on. Can't do anything about it. For St. Kitts and Nevis, they want to get out of town as quickly as humanly possible. No finger pointing from St. Kitts and Nevis as we look back on the attack. Rojas here just clearly beating the back line to the defense. And Maynard, who's already playing on a yellow card, didn't want to pick up a second. See him playing awfully carefree with that, and Archibald can't squeeze to the left-hand side fast enough. Rojas tucking it home. That's a nice shot by Andy. Seizing the moment, coming in as a reserve, and inflicting more punishment. And the damage continues for Costa Rica. 4-0. It was 1-0 at the end of the first half. And then all of a sudden, pipes busted loose in half number 2.
Minuto 85.
Gallo with 2. Alcocer and Rojas scoring back-to-back in less than 90 seconds. 86th minute. Now curious to see if Julio Luna will add much of any added time. You get into a one-sided laugher like this, you don't want to inflict any more damage. You're Costa Rica. Taylor here outside. Taylor the cross, picked out by Maynard. Taylor gave it away. Oh, was trying to get back to Rojas from Aguilera. Decent hurdling from Mori. Gallo in the 39th and 49th. Alcocer and Rojas 83rd, 84th respectively. Campbell. Quick touch passing Taylor. Trying to hurdle over one defender. Can't get away with it though. Possession kept by St. Kitts and Nevis, at least for the time being. It's been clinical for Costa Rica. Should be a handball, that is. Pivoting and weaving his way through some traffic. What 1-on-5. Ooze and Oz, faithful here in San Jose. Qualifier is anything but for St. Kitts and Nevis. I mean, looking at it from a pure talent perspective, they're certainly at the bottom of the pillar in Group B. Back line that was nearly 5-0. Costa bidding for his second of the contest. Corner kick. Around twice. Peel back, and St. Kitts and Nevis trying for anything offensively. Mori here pushing forward to the left. Player slipped. It means a whole lot for St. Kitts and Nevis, and apparently not. Rojas in the middle of the park. See if Costa Rica can continue to pour it on. It did feel like the match was over at 1-0. That's how one-sided it was at the end of the first half. And for good measure, Costa Rica tacked on 3 more in half number 2. 4 minutes of added time. That's being generous to St. Kitts and Nevis. I promise you that. Maynard, bad giveaway. Gallo here. St. Kitts and Nevis getting Bahamas next. For Costa Rica, what's on tap for them? We'll have a date with Grenada in 72 hours. The benefit now of the score being so lopsided like this for Gustavo Alfaro is being able to rest your regular starters, go into your bench, getting some valuable minutes for your reserves, so everyone gets some work. Bahamas the only nation right now in Group B that has yet to play. 5 here in Group B. Equally balanced, as it began with 32 teams in the opening round, 2 advanced to get us to 30. 32 down to 30, and now this thing will dwindle down to 12. Teams from this round will be a part of it. In round number 3, be 4 different groups of 3. And they'll play in a double round robin. Of course, home and away matches. Rojas. Gallo spilled over. Once more. Temperature between these two teams has certainly dwindled down. It got testy early in the second half, but after it became 2-0 and then 3-0, felt like St. Kitts and Nevis basically released themselves from any kind of feeling or idea of pulling off a shocker. Hoops this ball into the box. Oh, just missing it. You see the look and puzzled move from Mitchell as Jalen watches on, quickly treks back, but it's about the only thing that didn't go right for Costa Rica this evening. One final push for St. Kitts and Nevis, just trying to get on the board. That's not going to be the case. Well, they're going to lose their 4th straight Concacaf World Cup qualifier by being shut out. Taylor. One for good measure, a parting shot. Chabot got the hand on it. Calvo, ambitious, that should do it, and it does. Julio Luna says, gentlemen, your night is over with. Depart and exit stage left, St. Kitts and Nevis, and take a bow for Costa Rica. They came out of the gate storming in the opening half. Orlando Gallo started the scoring off the 39th minute, added to it with a brace in the 49th minute. Insurance markers in the 82nd, 84th by Alcocer and Rojas. And that does it here from San Jose, Costa Rica. Costa Rica in a laugher drubbed St. Kitts and Nevis by a final score of 4-0. Oh, it was impressive for Costa Rica. Never played with any kind of reckless abandon, but you could tell from the opening onset that they were confident and composed. There was never a glimpse of fear delivered by St. Kitts and Nevis that would put Costa Rica on edge. Big 3 points for Costa Rica, just to get out of the gates quickly and not give any kind of life or confidence to St. Kitts and Nevis, who have now fallen in 4 straight qualifiers, being shut out in those contests. For Costa Rica, clinical tonight. They've fared well so far in 2024. And they had a friendly earlier against El Salvador and beat Honduras in a Copa America qualifying playoff round. And Grenada on tap. And then back to the Copa America Group D that they're placed in. Brazil and Colombia are on the horizon. For Gustavo Alfaro, encouraging signs. Face an inferior opponent. The idea is to jump quickly, put your collective feet on the throat of the opposition, and it was clinical. Gallo scoring his 2nd and 3rd international goals here tonight. Zageta picking up the clean sheet. Didn't really have a lot of traffic in front of him. It was an easy night, relatively speaking. Jalen Mitchell, although strong defensively, probably should have fared well on the offensive side. A set piece cross that went into the box. An open lane towards target. He couldn't rip off a shot. But nevertheless, more than enough for Costa Rica as they quickly dispatched St. Kitts and Nevis by a final score of 4-0. Open things up into round number 2, Group B, Concacaf World Cup Qualifiers, as we make our way towards 2026. And it was all Costa Rica in this one from the early onset. They had plenty of pressure on the opposing side, and for St. Kitts and Nevis, it was just a matter of can they hold on for any kind of luck and to have a goal go their way. And the answer was simply no. They had a couple of chances towards target in the first half, but all in all, for Costa Rica, they were sound defensively, and they kept possession throughout the entire first half of action. Jelani Archibald was tested throughout. And despite a couple of flashes from St. Kitts and Nevis, they really didn't have an imposing threat on the offensive side of the ball that could put pressure on Costa Rica, as that header from Francisco Calvo in the crossbar flush. But for Gallo and company, it was a sign of what was going to come here tonight, because although he did not score, the offense was not going to go quietly into the good night. Possession in the first half, 69% to 31. Brenes was substituted out for in the second half. Didn't have an assist in this contest. The first half goal scoring started because of this man right here, Orlando Gallo. The header, his 2nd goal of international competition, scoring that one in the 39th minute. Fans on their feet here at National Stadium. Gallo off the header. Great delivery. The ball found its way from Brenes simply onto the forehead of Gallo, and he was all smiles. It was 1-0 Costa Rica. And to be fair, that was more than enough here tonight. As the first half concluded, St. Kitts and Nevis down the scoreboard in a large way, 1-0. Archibald, who had no chance on that header, victimized there. But the pressure continued. Madrigal almost had his first. Andre Burley wiping it away, but 45 minutes came to a conclusion. St. Kitts and Nevis tried to swing back in the second half, but to be frank, they didn't have much punch in this one. Speaking of punch, Gallo did there with the left foot, finds the back of the net, and the route began to go on. Archibald, you see him voicing his displeasure. The brace for Gallo in the 49th minute. Costa Rica quickly out of the gates in half number 2, making it 2-0. Passing was on par tonight for Costa Rica, but they had plenty of creativity in their arsenal. They played direct, they played out wide, they played with angles, with great precision, and the finesse. Gallo for 2. St. Kitts and Nevis, the activity here tonight for them really was not consistent enough. For a team that has suffered a lot in Concacaf World Cup qualifiers, they didn't play with a lot of passion tonight, and the end result was indicative of the scoreboard. So Gallo with his brace in the 49th minute. More damage coming here late. That shot was not going to count, but Madrigal and company continue to put the entire back line for St. Kitts and Nevis on edge. Moments later, as we hover our way towards the 75th and 80th minute, a couple shots that were blocked on the way through Aguilera's drive. Sailing wide and off to the right-hand side. Aguilera came in right around the 76-minute mark. This strike from Archibald, nice stop there. Archibald saw 10 shots in the first half, 3 of them that were on target. Zamora, who was replaced in the final stages of this contest, no more cleaner look for him than on that occasion. Well, love to have had it back. Not the case. Some somber moments here. Sawyers saw his drive. Didn't have a lot of pop on it, but easily managed by Sikora. Picked up the clean sheet tonight. Offense stayed afloat, though. Gallo, who gave it up, wanted to get it back, but lands under the sweet foot of Ugalda, and he hits the crossbar flush. 2 crossbars that were hit tonight by Costa Rica. Match which ended in a 4-0 decision. Could have easily been 6 or perhaps even 7-0 because of moments like that. Zamora again, this time not as flush as he'd like, but that ball sprinkling wide to the right. No pun intended on a rather wet evening. And as you can imagine, not some of the highlights, but the majority of the highlights in this second half, all controlled by Costa Rica. And the fortune and the fate going their way. Even a miscue like that will land up in the back of the net. And Costa in the 82nd minute, Archibald kind of hung out to dry by his defense. The pass came to him, but way too soft and extremely late. Archibald coming out to try to do something with it, and no chance. Of course, a miscue defensively for St. Kitts and Nevis, and then one by the keeper. It was 3-0. 4-0 here on this occasion. Rojas, the cherry on top. Andy, who came in late as well, saying his prayers, giving his thanks. Fortunate recipient, but a lot of good, crisp passing as Campbell with the helper on it. 4-0. And that, as they would say, is a wrap for St. Kitts and Nevis. Costa Rica throttled them this evening. 4-0 was the occasion. Everyone getting into the act for Costa Rica. They were the better team, they were the stronger team, and they were promptly rewarded for their efforts. Full time reached here in San Jose in Costa Rica from start to finish, outclassing St. Kitts and Nevis by a score of 4-0. Kind of imagine when you have the offensive onslaught that Costa Rica sustained here tonight. They're going to have plenty of confidence brewing over into the next contest. Again, they play in 3 days from now. Question mark now is for Gustavo Alfaro. Do they duplicate the performance here tonight? And do they pick up a critical 6 points? We'll find out. But as for tonight, on June the 6th, all Costa Rica, they cruise 4-0. Final numbers in this one-sided tilt from National Stadium in San Jose, Costa Rica. Costa Rica 4, St. Kitts and Nevis nothing. Have a wonderful night, everyone. So long.